everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're going to be doing an overall review of the first season of the Chucky TV series. I'm very excited to get into this, but first I'm going to need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description below. Alrighty, now let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Amen.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Allow Pennywise to dance you now.
Oh, Lord on the beat!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes, death is better.
So I want to start off this review talking about all the good things about the Chucky TV series, because there are a lot of things I really liked about this show. I think that throughout the entire first season, there are moments that are very reminiscent of the old movies. There are some great kills that Chucky scores along the way that he even counts at the end, which I think is really exciting. And honestly, I think Chucky has some of his best kills ever in this series, like some that even top some of the kills from the movies, man. Mainstay characters from the franchise come back for this series in a very epic way. I think, honest to God, episode 6 is easily my favorite episode and the best episode of the entire season by far. I was going absolutely banana sandwich for the beginning of episode 6 with Andy and Kyle and they shoot the Chucky doll. That was awesome. Ultimately though, I do have some problems with the show. And now before I get into this, I just want to say, like, I have to be honest about my criticism here. I'm not going to tell you that this is a wonderful and amazing show. I don't think it's an easy thing to adapt a movie series to a television show anyways. It's a difficult task to do, especially when you're working with the Sci-Fi Network, who I think is mostly to blame for why the show isn't up to par as to where I think it could be. I do want to say one thing before I move forward though. I actually received the first death threat in a comment I have ever gotten, which by my book means I've made it on YouTube, so thank you to the 16-year-old kid who left me a death threat on my Chucky review, man. That was awesome. I gotta say that I don't think the execution was there in every single episode. I loved episode 6 all the way through. I think that was a perfect episode, but the other episodes all have flaws. There are little tiny mistakes that I feel like could have been solved very easily. There's a scene in one of the episodes where all the kids like are at this house party and then like it burns down because of Chucky and all that. And then in the beginning of the next episode, all of them are in the hospital because they have like lung problems from breathing in the smoke, and they're talking like how I am right now. They're like, oh yes, I have lung problems. Oh, my voice is impaired and my lungs are broken. Like, oh my lungs, oh my god, like I just need to be in the hospital for a little bit. I mean, like, how hard is that? And there's little mistakes like that throughout this entire show. Jake's limp in this last episode that we just got last night, I mean, it's off. He's limping on one leg one moment, he's limping on the other moment, the voice dubbing is off at points. It all comes back to the Sci-Fi Network's quality, in my opinion. I don't think that in any way, shape, or form, Jennifer Tilly, Don Mancini, Alex Vincent, any of those returning people from the Chucky movies, which I love so dearly, had anything to do with why I think this show isn't up to par where it could be. The Sci-Fi Network just doesn't put out that good of content, which is unfortunate. I really wish us, like a network like FX was doing this. FX would kill it with this show, in my opinion. The Sci-Fi Network just likes to pump out as much content as possible, as much B-movie content as possible. I mean, look at like their sci-fi original movies. Are any of those really good? No, like they're purposefully bad B-movies that they just try to like make bank on. I know I'm totally trashing the Sci-Fi Network right now, but like they're infamous for that. Like I feel like I'm not the only person to think this about the Sci-Fi Network. That Day of the Dead show, for example, like it's fine, you know, it's not great. It's cool, it's cool to watch, but like it could be so much better. And that's how I feel with this Chucky TV show. If another network was doing it, it would be so much better. The quality would be there. I do have to say though that this show is a massive improvement over the 2019 movie, which in my opinion was a majority a failure. Now obviously Don Mancini or like none of the original crew had anything to do with that film, but one of my big problems with that 2019 movie was that like the CGI, like that third act is rough with the CGI. This show, I commend it for its use of practical effects. That is so amazing. That's truly where their budget went with this series, and it shows. The kills were all amazing. The Chucky doll being done practically, that's commendable, man. I mean, most shows would just give you like, okay, let's just throw some CGI shots in there, why not? There is no CGI in this show at all to what I have seen. I might have missed something, but man, nothing is done digitally, at least to what I saw, and that that is genuinely super impressive. This first season was setting up a lot for the next season, which is why I'm very excited to see season 2 in 2022. That was a lot of twos, holy shit. One of the coolest things from this final episode though was seeing Nika with all her limbs cut off. That was a shock. I did not expect that at all. And she's just screaming there. That was genuinely terrifying. The majority of the show has definitely been leaning more towards the comedy, which like of course you're gonna get that with Chucky, but that was a genuinely terrifying moment. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get an army of Chucky running around that theater killing people, but what we did get was pretty cool. Chucky stabbing people in the butt and killing them. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I mean, it's hard for me to complain about that. I'm sure they're saving their big weapon for the next season, which is an army of Chucky dolls. Overall, I'm predicting that Chucky Season 2 is going to be a million times better. It's so close to being great, and I'm very happy it's getting a second season, because they can definitely do this better, and I'm very excited to see what they do with the next season. I would probably give this like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10, because it is really good. It has some great moments that are like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like I said, the beginning of episode 6, I was jumping out of my seat. That was so fucking cool. Andy and Kyle shooting that Chucky doll in the face. I lost my shit. There was a lot of great moments in the show to geek out about, and I think that they can really write another story for season 2 that could like just take those moments and amplify them. My biggest critique of the show is that I feel like we saw too much of the kids. I would like to see a lot more of Andy and Kyle. If Kyle is still alive, that's kind of just a mystery at this point. I would love to see more of them on screen, and Jennifer Tilly too. Jennifer Tilly was not on screen enough at all. I mean, yes, in those last 3 episodes or so, she got a lot of screen time, but she is absolutely wonderful. Andy and Kyle are great. I like the kids too, but there was too much of them. There's too many scenes with them that I feel like were unnecessary. I talked a lot about in one of my reviews about how there's like a 5-minute scene where they're just digging through like hospital garbage that had nothing to do with the plot. I would like to see a more balanced season next year. Now that we have all our characters reintroduced, we have like a little more like explanation as to what happened after that cliffhanger from the last movie. Hopefully next season we can get a little more balance of all the different characters all throughout. Because I like Jake and I like Devin, I like Lexi now, like she's no longer a bitch, which is cool. Lexi actually had a really well-written character arc, which is something I haven't talked about yet. But she's a really well-written character, probably my favorite new character out of everybody. For the most part, I did enjoy this Chucky TV series, but what did you guys think about it? Please leave me a comment down below. And if you want to leave me a death threat because of my opinion on the show, go right ahead. That just shows that I have made it as a YouTuber, and it will genuinely make my day. Thank you all so much for watching my review of the first season of the Chucky TV series. Chucky Season 2 comes out in 2022 sometime. We don't have an official release date as of now, but we have a year. We know it's coming out next year, so that's it. It could come out in a month, honestly. Probably not, but follow me on all my socials, support me on Patreon down below, hit that little notification bell so you can get a notification every single time I upload. That would be pretty dope. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.